Welcome to T's Multiverse. I'm your host, Tyrus, and man, I am ready, y'all. Today is the day. I have held my sword aloft. I've called on all the powers of the elders. I see the lava rocks. The skies is crackling with thunder. Magic, mystery, and power, man. I'm feeling it, y'all. I have the power. You got the power. Today is a celebration, man. I can't believe it's here, but it is. We're going to take a look at the Mattel's Creations exclusive 40th anniversary He-Man and Skeletor 2-pack set. I done listened to Phil Collins in the air tonight. I done listened to Tonight's the Night. I'm hyped up on top of being hyped up already. And this is a celebration of one of my heroes, one of my most favorite characters, if not my most favorite character of all time in He-Man. You know, this is where it all starts for me, y'all. I mean, this is what got me into this whole pop culture genre of superheroes and sci-fi action and adventure. He-Man did a lot for me as a kid, man. I mean, it was my very first action figure set. In the neighborhood, I was known as the dude that had the He-Man set. So that was big time for me. And how I got the set, y'all, is like my mom was a teacher. You know, she taught for over 30 years and everything. And I wanted the He-Man figures. And if mom ain't with it, then you ain't gonna get it. You know, it was like, okay, so she wanted me to read more and to enjoy reading more. So, you know, the He-Man figures were packaged with the little mini comics. So, you know, I made a case to her that, hey, mom, these toys they come with a comic, and she was like, "You gonna read the comics? You gonna read them? If you gonna read them, then you know I'll get them. But you know I want to make sure you read." And then on top of that, I had to have a really good report card for like a whole year or something like that. I had to do really good in classes and everything. So I did good in my classes, and I told her that I was gonna, read the comics. So her and my dad they agreed to get me, a He-Man set. So I got like the figures and I got Castle Grayskull. So they put it on layaway. They didn't tell me they did it. They paid it off. They took me to the store, and then I'm just waiting at the counter going, what's going on? And then they pulled this big old bag with like all the figures and then the Castle Grayskull. And you talk about a kid just, I was just like beside myself. I mean, I will never ever forget that moment in time. That really represents some of the greatest moments of my life as a kid growing up. We all go through tough times and trials and tribulations, man, and everything. He-Man always brought me comfort. And that was one of the most happiest times of my life as a kid. Getting that set, playing with it all day and night, reading all the comics. I held up to my end of the bargain. I read the comics. It's funny how that catapulted me into wanting to read more and reading comic books and other books. And then I started getting involved in speaking, and getting involved in plays and poetry contests and all types of speaking engagements, as a kid growing up through my childhood, teenage years and my adulthood. So He-Man did, it catapulted me into a lot of different things that I don't know if I would have done if not for He-Man. It might sound kind of weird and stupid, but it truly represents a lot for me. And then the cartoon was just so big, and racing home to watch He-Man hold his sword and call down the powers of the elders to save the day was just so big for me. And I just couldn't wait till like after the episode end to go outside and to try to reenact those moments and to capture that magic that he captured on screen, doing what he was doing, man, and what he stood for as a person, the morals and the lessons that they tried to teach you throughout those episodes. For me, it's just timeless, man, and it's still relevant and needed to this very day, man. I mean, this world's going through so much, but I just love that series. That 80s He-Man cartoon will forever be near and dear to my heart. Now, the 2000X is by far like the best He-Man series ever. The 80s, man, it's just near and dear to me. So I know I'm talking and I know I'm rambling. I just had to share these moments and things with you because This He-Man set is just so big for me, and I love it. Saying I love it, I ain't even opened it up yet, but I know y'all know I love this stuff, man. And I'm excited for this, folks. I've been waiting on this thing. I've been tracking it. You know, I've been like, okay, is it coming today? Is it not coming today? When is it coming? What's happening? But it's here. And of course, you can see here, it's in a shipper package. You see He-Man out front holding his sword aloft, calling down the powers of the elders. You see 40, you see Masters of the Universe here, and then here you see Masters of the Universe. And then on the side, which is pretty cool, is you can see He-Man's sword here on this end. The other end, you see Skeletor's Havoc Staff. And then on the back, man, the back is when it get kind of super classic, man, because you see this image of He-Man here as well as Skeletor. And then you see the little bio here. Pull this closer. You got He-Man, most powerful man in the universe. And then you have Skeletor, evil lord of destruction, and the height and everything. And then you have the little ring of absolute power. That's pretty cool. And then that's where we at with this, y'all. So what I'm going to do, we're going to crack this thing open and take a look at it because I am ready, y'all. I'm just hyped. I've been waiting to shoot this episode. And I'm like, man, I'm ready. So I apologize if I was rambling on a little too long, but I just, whew, wow, I'm so excited. All right, y'all, I'm gonna attempt to open this thing up on screen because you know how sometimes I be like, it don't work out sometimes, but you know we gonna roll with it, man. We finna roll with it today because, like I said, today is a celebration of my guy, He-Man. All right. Oh my gosh. Y'all, we finna party like it's 1983 all over again. I'm telling y'all, we finna party. We finna party like it's 1983 all over. All right, so here we go, man. Oh, I'm like a kid all over again, y'all. This just is crazy, dude. All right, so this is it, man. This is like I guess this is like the jaw bridge. I can't even talk right now. It's the jaw bridge to Castle Grayskull is what I'm thinking this is. It's supposed to represent the jaw bridge. And I don't even know how you do. God, what? Let's see. Oh, is it this end? Oh, yeah. Okay, so this is the end. Oh my gosh, this is so awesome. All right, y'all. So this is it. So I think you kind of open this up, and there we are. There it is, y'all. There it is. This is why we collect, folks. I mean, stuff like this, it's just amazing. I tell you, I'm so happy. This is why we collect, y'all. I mean, this is why we collect. You know, this video is for everybody that enjoys this channel, for every He-Man fan out there. This is for you, for everybody that supports this channel and watches my videos and commenting and everything. I appreciate you all. This is for you, man. I hope you enjoy this video. I'm excited, y'all. This is a lot. This means a lot to me right here. So, I mean, I don't know. Oh man. All right. So, all right. So we have this here, the mightiest battle in the universe. For 40 years, the almighty He-Man and the evil sorcerer Skeletor have been locked in an epic battle for the power of Grayskull to determine who truly is the master of the universe. Man, oh man, I love it. I love it. Then over here we have Skeletor, evil warlord. No, Skeletor, evil lord of the strong. I don't know why I want to say evil warlord. Read what you see, T. And then we have He-Man, most powerful man in the universe. So we have the lava rocks. This is just beautiful. This is just super nostalgic. Takes me back to those days, man. I tell you, anytime I see these lava rocks, you know it's on. You know it's He-Man. You know it's classic. You know it's retro. I'm going to put this to the side because I know everybody's like, man, put this to the side. Let's see them figures. So we're going to put this to the side here. And here we are, man. We got, you know, you got He-Man here. I'm going to put it a little close to the camera. We have He-Man here. And then we have, I guess, the little ring. And we have his battle axe as well as his shield. And his power sword is down here. And then we have, of course, the mini comics. And this is supposed to represent the very first mini comics of each figure. But that's pretty cool. Again, that takes me back, y'all. I had to read these things. so we got that, man. Of course, we got Skeletor here with his Havoc staff. And here we have 2 sets of swappable hands for each figure here. And of course, he has his sword as well. The catch to this set, which makes it even that much more appealing, is the die-cast, accessories that is placed within these figures here. That's die-cast metal. His weapons, Skeletor's weapons is die-cast metal. I believe this piece here is also die-cast metal. We'll look into this, very shortly. But yeah, that's the catch to this set here. And then you have the loincloth for He-Man that's supposed to be little soft goods. All right, first up, before we look at the figures, y'all, I decided let's take a look at the mini comics. So we have the mini comics here of He-Man here on Battle Cat against Skeletor. So this is pretty cool. Again, this takes me back to what we had back in the day, man. And it's the actual comic that they had back in the day. So I am definitely going to read through this. This is so cool, y'all. I mean, wow. And then we have this other comic here with He-Man and Skeletor, more savage like He-Man. He-Man at first, he was supposed to be like a savage Conan type of a character, and then Filmation, they brought him as something more. But so this is what we have in the comics here. This, I don't know when they did this back in the day, but this is a pretty cool thing to have, to add to the setup. I'm gonna definitely have this set up on my shelf. Everything, I think this is supposed to open up here. This is pretty cool, so this is open. Do this again. So this opens up, and it has 40 years of He-Man, the 40 and the He-Man out front. So that's good. So I'm not sure exactly what this is supposed to be, but it's pretty cool. Does it fit on my? Oh no, not really. I thought this thing looks pretty big, y'all. So this is a pretty big ring. I got big hands, but it don't quite fit. It doesn't quite fit. This is pretty cool. All right, so let's get to the figure. So here is He-Man, the most powerful man in the universe. This is the moment that I've been waiting for. He-Man looks awesome. This to me is a combination of the Masterverse He-Man that was released, as well as the Origins He-Man. So like you get the best of both worlds with this He-Man. So now this He-Man is gonna go with all my Masterverse figures, because the Masterverse Revelation He-Man, I liked how he looked, but he just looked a little too smiley, or whatever. But I still like him. And then I have the Filmation He-Man that we'll do a comparison much later, but they did an excellent job with this He-Man. This is my end all be all He-Man right here, y'all. This is it. I'm happy about this He-Man. Now, folks, for those of you who did not get this set here, this He-Man is on Target right now. It doesn't have the vac metal weapons and the soft goods items, but the standard edition of the 40th anniversary He-Man is at Target. They ran a sale where this 40th anniversary He-Man was $15. So, and Target is getting these things in bunches, man. So definitely go out to your Targets, because he's available at Target, folks. This guy looks great, man. And I just like the shading that's taking place throughout this figure. There's like a lot of shading throughout the arms, here in the cheeks. He-Man looked like he didn't have some plastic surgery done up in his cheeks, man. He-Man ain't got a touch up with these cheeks, man. He got a little touch up with these cheeks, man. I tell you, he said, yeah, I want my cheeks to be on point. So yeah, he had some work done on these cheeks. But I still love it, man. I like how they shaded the areas here of the cheeks. Really gives it some depth as well. They did a great job with the eyes. The hair looks great. It looks classic. Again, this harkens back to old, 80s He-Man figure that we had, yet it's giving us something, a little new, a little modern, so we get the best of both worlds with this He-Man. So again, it's a combination of the classic and a combination of, a little bit of a modern He-Man figure. So, the muscle definition, definitely on point. Again, the sculpting of He-Man's, iconic muscles. They did an excellent job of defining all, his muscles in the arms, the chest here. He definitely never missed ab day at all. You see the definition here in the abs. They did a good job of just shading the certain areas around the body scope, man, to give it some depth, to lift up those areas, man. So they did an excellent job with that. We have the boots with the soft good materials. So it's more like a hard plastic with the soft goods materials that's placed over that plastic, man. So I like it. I thought it was just gonna be more loose, soft good items. This definitely works. See his gauntlet here, nice shiny sheen to it. Detail here. You have his iconic belt. In terms of articulation, it seems to be pretty cool, man. He-Man, he needs to be articulated enough for you to put him into some pretty good poses, as he's battling the forces of evil. You want He-Man to be able to do his thing, man, and he don't seem like he's lacking any articulation at all. He seems pretty solid. Waist swivel, nice extension in the arms, head, nice head rotation, up and down. So, no problem with this guy's articulation, folks. He does have, you see his nice articulation in the foot area. So that's solid as well. So, He-Man is good to go, y'all. I mean, again, I like the shading that they placed from within this figure, man. It looks good. I like that. Is this vac metal? I don't know. I thought this was vac metal. Wait a minute. This is not vac metal. This is more plastic. I'm sorry. So this is plastic here. I really thought this was gonna be vac metal, but this is not vac metal. This is plastic. It's more of a shiny. There's a gloss to this plastic here that really stands out. So I like what they did with that. We do have the iconic cross here on the chest and the little areas here with along the harness, the details here. Did a good job with that. And of course, we have the sheath here in the back. So we have that for He-Man. And then let's take a look at his weapons, man. Because, He-Man, he come with some stuff now. So, as you can see, vac metal, which is pretty cool. And here's the shield, which looks good. Again, it has those classic colors that the original had, man. I love it. It looks great. Here's how the back looks here. I never used the shield for He-Man. Even growing up, I never used the shield and I never used the axe. I just always felt like he needed just the sword because he was just too powerful for those other weapons. I just never got into that. But yeah, I'm gonna use the shield this time around, y'all, especially for the money that they charge for this thing. I'm using all the weapons. So we got the shield here and we have the battle axe here. So the detail on the battle axe looks really good. There is some like little weathered, battle damage to this thing. They did a good job with that. The detail here looks just excellent. Again, it's a vac metal. It has a little weight to it. So this looks awesome. This really entices me to want to use the weapons now, with them being this way. So this looks great. So we have this. Let's put this in his hand. This the first time I'm using the axe for He-Man. So yeah, it might be the last. I don't know. So we got the little battle axe with He-Man. We have the shield, we have the battle axe, and then last but not least, we got the power sword. And this power sword looks magnificent. This is the ultimate He-Man power sword. I need no other. This is it, y'all. So this is He-Man. When I think of He-Man, this is it, y'all. This is where it's at. So I'm taking this out of his hand, and he's gonna hold his sword aloft, and he's gonna call down all the powers of the elders for the power of Grayskull. Let's see if I can get it. Pull these out the way. And there it is. And of course, I just want to show he does come with two swappable hands. It comes with this open hand, and then he comes with also a fisted hand. So this is cool because you want He-Man to be able to punch into the ground or, punch one of those, Beastman or a Skeletor or whatever monster he's fighting. So you want a fisted hand for He-Man. Make no mistake, this action figure has really good articulation, but the one thing that it can't do that I wish that it could is for you to be able to hold the power sword with both hands. This arm won't articulate over enough to where you can grip the power sword with this hand as well. I wish that this is something that it could do. That would have been an awesome addition articulation wise for this figure. But all in all, man, this is still He-Man. He's still the most powerful man in the universe. He still looks awesome, and I love it. All right, I wanted to close out this segment with He-Man holding his power sword aloft with some lightning effects. I took this lightning effect from the Page Puncher Black Adam. I'm actually going to be utilizing this lightning effect with my He-Man from here on out. This takes me back, y'all. I love it. I just love it. So He-Man is holding his power sword aloft. He's calling down the powers of the elders. By the power of Grayskull, I have the power. I hope y'all cover y'all ears. That was awful. But we got He-Man, y'all. I'm ready. I'm happy. And we're going to get on to the next segment. All right, folks. Here is the evil Lord of Destruction, the man, the myth, the legend, the thorn in He-Man's side, Skeletor. And he looks awesome, folks. Again, he's that combination for me of, you know, the origins, as well as he has that 2000X Skeletor look to him. And I like that because that 2000X cartoon series was the best. One of the best animated series ever of all time, honestly. But he has that look to him, and I like what they did with this space scope. It looks really menacing. It looks, gives him that edge as a villain. He doesn't come off as like that goofy Skeletor from the 80s cartoon that was always running. This Skeletor here looks like he's really ready to cause some havoc and destruction. But again, I can't get over the face scope. I love what they did with the face scope, the definition, the detail. They did a good job of giving the eyes that little glaring, red detail. There is like paint definition that's placed deep within each eye to give it that glaring, that effect when his eyes glow or whatever. Did a good job with that. There's a different type of material that they're utilizing for his little cloak here. The texture is really awesome for this cloak. So they did a good job with the texture. Of course, the battle chest plate here looks great. And here you can see there's a bit of a gloss here, as you can see, to his little bone emblem here that's on his chest, which I always thought was like the coolest. Nice designs here throughout, his little chest plate here. Again, the muscle detail definition for Skeletor looks awesome, man. They did a good job all the way throughout. Nice detail here with the vintage little little three toes here that he has. His little crazy looking feet. Did a good job with that, capturing that classic look here, detail here with the boots and everything. Of course, we have here his little loincloth, shorts. And then we have this piece here as well. Did a good job with this. Everything looks great on this Skeletor, man. I mean, my only thing with this set is like I wish that these areas were vac metal. That would have really added to the overall aesthetic for these figures. But articulation pretty much is going to be the same for both figures here, man. So I think you'll never have any issues with articulation with either figure at all. Both are pretty solid. Both pretty solid for sure. Articulation like that. Nice rotation here in the knee area. Nice articulation here in the foot area. I didn't cover this with the He-Man, but both figures do have thigh swivel, so that is pretty cool as well. So overall, nice articulation with this Skeletor. So I love this Skeletor. He looks great. He's my end-all, be-all Skeletor. And, they have a touch of the classic, yet they do have a touch of that, that modern aspect to them as well. So I really like that. Skeletor comes with 2 sets of swappable hands. Here you go. So he comes with an open hand here, much like He-Man. So did a good job with that. And he comes with a fisted hand. So that's pretty cool. And then, of course, he comes with his vacuum metal weapons. So that's awesome. Now, this Havoc staff, again, Skeletor with a sword. I never used the sword much of the time with Skeletor, y'all. I mean, this looks great. Again, the detail looks awesome. I love the hue of like purple that they utilize for this vac metal weapon here. Definitely no, I have no gripes about this weapon. I just never used a sword with my Skeletor. I always use this Havoc staff. So I mean, this weapon is definitely I might place it with him from time to time. But let's test out his sheath. I didn't do that. We're gonna do that with He-Man as well. So this goes there. So we have the sheath works really well. I'm gonna test that out with He-Man I'm gonna bring them back on. I'm gonna test that out. So the sheath works really well. And then we have the Havoc staff that looks really good, y'all. I love what they did with this Havoc staff. Look at the detail there. Looks really nice. Has a nice little weight to it. So very impressed with this Havoc staff. And then we have Skeletor ready. He's ready, y'all. He's ready for action. You know, the evil warlord of destruction. Ready. I'll get you, He-Man. Ah. Oh, I'm awful. I tell you, I know I do the worst impersonations of these figures, characters. But what can you do? One thing that would have really, added to this set, I will say this, folks, is energy effects. Give, both, maybe Skeletor some sort of a magical effects that you can tag onto his hand or his weapons. And of course, He-Man, lightning effects that you can tag on to his, sword of power, or maybe even his hands. I think that would have really added to this set here, energy effects. So, that's the only thing for me that I think that they definitely should have added. When you're talking about celebrating 40 years of He-Man, you want to give it all, and I think that would have really, paid dividends to this set. So we got Skeletor, and I'm gonna bring He-Man back on to the scene here, and we got He-Man, the most powerful man in the universe. Let's test out his sheath as well. So got this here. Oh, this looks awesome, y'all. All right. I love it. And let's try this. I like this. Let's put He-Man's hands on this. Let's see if we can do the little hands on the hip type pose here. Yeah. I love it. I love it. All right, y'all. This is so awesome. I've dived deep into the multiverse for various incarnations of our beloved characters in He-Man and Skeletor. I have here on each end the Filmation versions of these characters from Super 7. I love what they did with them. I have He-Man here, and I have Skeletor. And then I also have the Masters of the Universe origin versions of these characters as well, with Skeletor and He-Man. And alongside our 40th anniversary He-Man and Skeletor, I have two more incarnations of our characters in the Masterverse Revelation He-Man and Skeletor. And I gotta say, man, I like both of these figures still. There's still gonna be a spot in my collection for them, but ain't nothing like these 40th anniversary figures, man. This is the end all, be all He-Man and Skeletor for me. Now check this out. So along with our 40th anniversary He-Man, I've assembled a number of his friends, comrades in arms, starting with the Masterverse Revelations, Mossman, Fisto, Man-at-Arms, Tila, and I've also have here from the Super 7 Ultimates line, Stratos. Oh, I've been looking forward to pairing these two up. Man, I tell you. So here I have two of the most powerful men in the universe. Alongside our 40th anniversary He-Man, I have the Masterverse New Returnia Cosmic Enforcer Zodak. Stay tuned for my review on this guy. I look forward to sharing it with you all. And for this comparison, I guess you can say that this is Skeletor's go-to OG standard team. I'm missing Mer-Man. He's coming. I have him coming. But here for comparison, I have the deluxe versions of Trapjaw as well as Tri-Klops. And we also have Evil-Lyn. And then last but not least, we have more of a Savage Beastman. And there is no way in the world that I could ever do a comparison without including He-Man's comrade in arms, his friend, his ride or die buddy in battle to the end, Battle Cat, man. This is the Masterverse Revelation Battle Cat. And for me, this is the end all be all Battle Cat. Until I see something different, man, this Battle Cat is just awesome. All right, folks, that's all I have for this episode. I mean, what can I say? When I say I truly had a blast with these figures, I truly had a blast with these figures, man. This is just a wonderful set to have. Huge shout out to everybody that was able to get this thing. I feel like you'll have a lot of fun with it. And that standard 40th anniversary He-Man is still out there, folks. So definitely dive into that one if you didn't get this one. Either way, you cannot lose. I mean, again, I hope you all enjoyed the review. Definitely stay tuned for more Masters of the Universe videos. I definitely want to continue to pay homage and tribute to the 40 years of He-Man. I have some Origins reviews as well as some Masterverse reviews coming up as well. Vehicle, the Roton, that's coming up in a review. So I look forward to sharing all of that with you all. So again, thank you once more for tuning in. Huge shout out as always to my super subscribers. You are the most powerful in the universe. I truly appreciate you all. Thank you so much. Huge shout out to each and every one of you who are commenting below. I can't thank you enough. The wonderful comments, sharing your thoughts. I truly appreciate it. I always look forward to interacting with you all. And for those of you who have not subscribed to the channel, what in the world are you waiting on? Subscribe. I'd love for you to join Team Multiverse. We are building a wonderful community. So I'd love for you to join this team. So definitely subscribe. And again, folks, thank you so much. And let's all hope that He-Man can take out Skeletor and restore peace once again in Eternia. All right, folks. Until next time, be good to one another. Be safe. Stay tuned. And remember, you know I had to do it. Until next time, folks. Bye for now.